Live from the capital, Gaborone, this is BTV News at 9 o'clock. I am Khomotso Mapani. Interpreting in sign language is Patricia Chobonyani. Good evening and a warm welcome to you. Let's take a look at the headlines. The Independent Electoral Commission ready to conduct voter registration next month. Premium Nickel Resources Botswana, the company that acquired BCL mine assets, on the path to redeveloping the mine into an environmentally sustainable facility. And in sports, Alpha Squash PV Power Junior Series Season 3 attracts athletes from Gaborone and Silibe Pigwe. The Vice President, Mr. Slamba Tsohane, says the Independent Electoral Commission is ready to conduct the voter registration, which will commence in November. Mr. Tsohane said this when addressing a Khotla meeting in Mupipi aimed at sensitizing Botswana on the registration process. Sabaizeng Taboho.
Initially, the Independent Electoral Commission had set October as the voter registration period, but due to unforeseen circumstances, the exercise was delayed. The Vice President informed Botswana that the IEC is now prepared to commence registration beginning of next month.
Kana tse dingwe di tswa mo batho ba ba nang le tsholelo go godimo ba ba dira mo mahatsheng a mabapi le rona. Jaanong jaaka le itse gore ba na le dikgwetlho tse dintsi di-challenge tsa bo motlakase le tse dingwe jalo. Jaanong ba ne ba sa printa di-resiti re bitsa di-resiti ditikitinyana tse o di neelwa ga o sena na o ikwadisetsa dithoto. Ba ne ba sa go sa lekana le karatanyana le one pampiri e supang resiti ya gore o ikwadisetse dithoto. Ke sone se ba neng ba fetola letsatsi le. Jaanong ba ne ba re bolelela gore gompieno ba ipaakantse ba kgonne gore ba bone dipalo tse ba neng ba di batla tse ba akanyetsa gore mo dingwageng jaaka ba ntse ba dira le dipalo tsa bone ba lebile le dingwaga tsa batho ba ba tabeng ba gorogile mo go 18 years gore ba go tlhoka ba ka tlhoka dikarata tse kae mme ba ne ba supa jalo gore jaanong dilo tsa bone di wetse jaanong ke sone se ba ntshang letsatsi le la di-1.
The Vice President also shared some of the mistakes identified during voter registration.
O bo ikisa ko neng o sa tshwanela gore o ikwadisetse teng e le ka mabaka a gore gongwe ke ka bomo gongwe e le ka go rutwediwa ke bangwe e nna kgang e le gore e helela e nna kgang ya go hudusa bathopi e se ka ga tsamaisong mo go teng voter trafficking mme maikaelo a teng kana ya bo ile tolomolao ile go utswa dithoto.
On other issues, the water salinity in Mupipi will be attended to.
Ra itse gore a le tsai ba ga itse ka gore ko nteng ga taste ya la rona ra sampola ra bona gore a le tsai mme re bo dira thulaganyo e leng gore re ditsa re ke go blenda metsi go blenda metsi ra mo re kopanya metsi a mo go botlane le akidia la se di ba sonetse mme mo re boneng gore go ka tswa gore berekela mme nako engwe ga gore berekele thata ka gore ga ke re nako tsengwe gore a gore bone ba le simolla di tshedi ba tsa bone go ga bone ga bo gore a gore yaanong gongwe re pompa thata a le tswa ka kwana ke sone so bana re beile dijojo gantsinyana mo dikgwetleng tse dintsi.
The Vice President advised Botswana to ensure that their Oman cards are valid in order to be eligible to register to vote.
Meanwhile, the Vice President, Mr. Slamba Tsohane, says Botswana should recognize the significance of voting in upholding democracy. When addressing a Khotla meeting in Orapa, Mr. Tsohane explained that the Independent Electoral Commission, IEC, is concerned about the low turnout of voters in previous elections. Sabaizeng Taboho.
Since independence, the ballot has been Botswana's way of practicing their democratic right. It is on this note that the Vice President, Mr. Slamba Tsohane, says Botswana should recognize the significance of voting in elections, further explaining that the IEC report has observed a low turnout during elections in the previous elections.
a o te ya go ikwadisetsa dithopo a re nna ke golwa ke taba o utlwa motho a re ga ke itse mosola wa dithopo he re ta go tsaya tsatsi lengwe re go kopela boagedi ko mahatsheng a go loa go sena dithopo ke gone o ta itse mosola wa dithopo gore ga o ye dithopong hela ka gore o itumetse wa bereka wa re o ya dithopong e le tshwanelo ya gore o nne le seabe mo tsamaisong ya dithopo. Democracy e bua ka bontsi gore go tla dirwa se bontsi bo se buileng. Party e tla busang e tla busa e thopile ke bontsi ja batho mme batho bao ba tshwanetse ba ikwadisitse dithopo. Mo dithopo ke namane tona ya kgaga se ka ra itsa motho re se ka ra itsa motho ka gore dithopo ke yone boalo jwa puso ya batho ka batho.
Some shared their views on the electoral process.
Batho ba sentse ba rutwe ka go itse botlhokwa ja go ikwadisa.
Ikwadisetso dithopo a mme compulsory. Re bone mahatshe a ka nna godile mo democracy a tshwana le bo Argentina, a tshwana le bo Belgium, a tshwana le bo Singapore. Matsa mantsi a lo gore kwa ikwadiso e compulsory. Ha o le 18 years o fosega gore o ikwadise.
The Vice President also explained that after consultation, the IEC has increased polling stations for the upcoming elections from 2,208 to 2,802.
The Vice President, Mr. Slamba-Tsogoane, has appealed to Botswana to register to vote in large numbers in order to exercise their democratic right in the upcoming general elections. Mr. Tsogoane said this when addressing Khotla meetings in Mokopakane and Kidia. Kumiso Mapanyane and Sebaitseng Tebogo.
The Independent Electoral Commission has set aside November for Botswana to register to vote. The Vice President, Mr. Slamba-Tsogoane, implored Botswana to register in numbers so that they can participate in the 2024 general election as one of the fundamental aspects of democracy.
Me, Independent Electoral Commission, ine ya thoma jana gore go nne ikwadiso e botlhokwa gore dithopo jaaka di ntse yana di na le face o na le face ya ntlha pele ga dithopo o ba go nna le letsatsi la dithopo the polling day o ba go nna le face ya bohelo morago ga dithopo so a re go ikwadisetsa dithopo ba gaetso le bana ba rona ba ile gore ba tabe ba 18 ba bangwe ba tla 10 ka di 1 ka di 2 ba go ikwadisetsa dithopo ba bangwe ba 10 ka di 3 ka di 4 ba go ikwadisetsa dithopo yaanong ke yone kopo e ke e dirang mo setšhabeng sotlhe gore a re tshwagaleleng go emela puso ya batho ka dinao a re ka ke ra nna le puso ya batho ka batho go sena batho ba ba thopang.
Residents shared their views with their member of parliament.
Ke ne ke batla go itse gore go ta jang gore ha ke le mmereki ke bereka ke be ke tsewa ke ya go kwadisa dithopo mme bana ba le teng ba ile gore ba bangwe ba tswa ko dikolong.
Bopo ke gore ka gore Batswana ra thopa a ditabollo di teng go rona
ba bua gore ke go sa hirwe banana hela ke go hirwa ba direla puso ke go sa hirwe banana hela so IEC ka gore itsa dithopo ka thwagala ya supa gore ha ke ra tsa dithopo ra di togela hela mo bananeng ka gore batho ba ba kileng ba bereka ba na le experience do tse dingwe tse ntseng di ngongoregelwa tse ba di itemogetseng mo dithopong tse di hitile le tse ntseng go dirwa ba itemogetse gore ke dilo tse ile gore o kare ga gona boikarabelo jo bo lekanyeng.
Resident appreciated the Vice President for conveying the information, more so that for the first time the two villages will be separate council wards in the next year's elections. Kumiso Mapanyane, BTV News.
Premium Nickel Resources Botswana, the company that acquired former BCL mine assets, has made significant progress towards redeveloping the mine into cutting-edge and environmentally sustainable facilities. During a tour of the mine on Thursday, the management reassured the ambassador of the United States of America to Botswana, Mr. Howard Van Franken, of their commitment to become a model example of sustainable resource extraction. Karabo Mulusi.
Silibi North mine has a rich history spanning over 40 years during the BCL era. The preliminary findings from the surface and underground drilling activities, which are part of the ongoing exploration work conducted here, confirmed the availability of the minerals, but more drilling still needs to be done, simultaneous with collection of metallurgical samples for testing to establish the quantity and quality of the available minerals.
Our plan as PNR is to redevelop these Silibi mines into a modern, environmentally sensitive and conscious long-term producer of critical metals, which fits well into President Biden's strategy over the security of the critical metal supply chain.
Over here, this is called the Southeast Extension. There's a plate, we call them plates. Those are engineer plates. We see it coming this way. So our, the geologic theory, which is further encouraged with the electromagnetics, this is all connected. So what we have to do next is drill this to make sure it is connected and see what's there. We see how wide it is, what the grade is, that sort of thing. This is a gap here. We just don't have information here, but this tells us it's more than likely one big ore resource. So the amount of drilling we have ahead of us to one, convert the resources, and two, to find new resources, 3 years of drilling, continuous drilling.
Although the scope of work shows that actual extraction of the metal may take longer than anticipated due to various reasons, the company has already employed over 200 people and engaged local companies for various services such as security, cleaning, IT, and supplies. Skills transfer and capacity building initiatives are also on full swing.
We have 3 drills turning underground, and the local people we've hired to help train to operate those drills and to assist in the drilling of the core underground. It's roughly around 60, and that's within the last 2 months we've hired those people. In addition, we have people when the drill core comes out of the ground, we need to do some certain measurements on it and write up what it is and then split it and send it in for assays. So it's probably another 10 or 15 people.
After appreciating the business model and the actual work that's underway here, the ambassador of the United States of America cited positive remarks.
We're investing about $300,000 for in entrepreneurship training related to reestablishing the mine here. So we want to see Piquet thrive. We know that this is an important part of the government's Are Cheng Cheng mindset change, and so we see this high-tech, very advanced mining in the old BCL mines as a really major step forward. So we're delighted to be a part of it.
When all the pieces of the puzzle finally merge, the mine will be transformed into a modern, environmentally conscious, safe, efficient, and sustainable producer of copper, nickel, and cobalt for the local and export market, further boosting the economy of the country. Karabo Mulusi, BTV News, Silibi Piquet.
The International Law Enforcement Academy organized a workshop on Thursday where women in law enforcement related careers were given insight on how to maneuver in their careers. Speaking at the event, a senior police officer from Kenya, Ms. Lucy Yepetinko, cited integrity as one of the key qualities required for one to have a successful career in law enforcement, thereby encouraging aspiring employees to put honesty first in their careers. Terry McCoying.
Women in different careers most of the time feel belittled by their male counterparts, as the latter often don't believe women are capable of doing great things. This workshop therefore brought some of the most successful women in the law enforcement careers in their countries to come share their experiences and encourage other women to be strong and fight for their rights and dreams in their careers.
I believe in integrity. Integrity is very important in leadership because it makes people to trust you, and every time you work with people who trust you, as a team you are going to achieve greater goals and you are going to go to greater heights.
Within the work environment, you find that as a woman, when you're dealing with men who are accused persons, There is even threats of physical violence on yourself. That sometimes some of them, they take things personal, like you are there to attack them as a prosecutor. So you have to have a level head as a woman in this industry. You have to know who you are and why you're going to do that job that you're going to do. All I can say in here to my fellow women is that always believe in yourself.
I'm saving money for that next step up, saving money for maybe your bachelor's degrees and then your master's degrees. So just an encouragement to be willing to really put in the time and work really hard.
This kind of workshop is held annually in different countries and equips the employees with relevant knowledge and skills in their careers.
We bring women this time around from Brazil and across sub-Saharan Africa to spend a week learning from our subject matter experts about advocacy for women, empowerment for women, women's issues, challenges encountered by women. And what we do is we superimpose leadership philosophy, leadership knowledge pieces, leadership skill sets into this week-long programming that helps build women within their careers and within their personal lives.
This workshop also gave young girls from secondary schools an opportunity to get insight about law enforcement careers for future endeavors. Terry Makhoeng, BTV News, Otse.
The General Manager of Johnny Mine, Mr. Kolatotse, has underlined the importance of the media in disseminating credible and balanced information. Mr. Kolatotse said this during a media tour of the Johnny Mine. He also emphasized the importance of engaging the media on progress made in the company's mining operations. Emmanuel Rapua.
Due to its production of high-value diamonds, the Johannem mine has a significant contribution to the growth of the national economy since it fully started operation in 1982. The mine alone contributes 85% to Botswana's economy to aid national development. The general manager of the mine, Mr. Kolatotse, shared with journalists valuable information on what they have done thus far to strengthen the nature educational excellence, improving the health sector, sport development, and emphasized that it is time for Botswana learners to pursue underground mining specialities.
The dynamics of underground are different from that of open pit, and in underground you will see that there will be new opportunities, new professions that crop up. For instance, when you go underground, one of the things that will happen is it's underground and it's hot in there. You need to pump cold air. So refrigeration engineering and refrigeration technicians will be a required skill.
What is even gratifying is the mine management being intentional to accommodate women in key areas of operations that were commonly male-dominated.
Le rona re ntsheng tlhogo re kgone go lemogwa re se ka ra re ditiro ke tsa borre ditiro ke tsa bo semamang nya malatsi a gompieno ke malatsi a sele a re tšhentšheng re hetogeng re tseneng mo ditirong tsa borre re ba bontshe le rona gore re na le bokgoni.
Journalists appreciated the mine tour experience.
Re sa tso go utwa gore bana le bogole bana le ka ba tsewang ka teng gore ba kgone gore ba dire ditiro ya ka ke bua gone mo mine ba se ba le dipalo dintsi ba ba berekang le ba tlhokang pono tota ba ka sona re ba bitsa re di ho ba se ba bereka mine o re tsene mo gono ke bone ba o tshegeditseng sentenyane.
My takeaway lesson ke gore ba preparela a time post diamonds and they are undertaking many initiatives tse leng gore di ka empowera Batswana gore ba kgone gore ba tshele ha ditemane di tshwana di fela project tse di tshwanang le tsa go baakanyetsa food security tsa matene.
The Botswana Johannem mine continues to make positive strides in the mining sector, a clear indication of their determination to utilize best mining technologies in their processes. Here behind us is automated machines that they utilize to ensure zero harm in their operations. Emmanuel Rapua, BTV News, Joanne.
The suspension of the BGCSE examinations has been lifted, and writing will commence on the 1st of November to the 7th of December 2023. This was said by the Botswana Examinations Council Chairman Dr. Ulifile Molwane on Friday when giving an update following the examination paper leakage scandal. Terry Makhoeng.
Although investigations are still ongoing to get what really transpired, a decision was made to allow the students to continue with their examinations. The examinations will take place in 2 phases. From the 1st to the 23rd of November 2023, papers which were not affected will be written. And from the 24th of November to the 7th of December, then 19 replacement papers of subjects which were affected will follow.
Mo motsotsong o ke rata gore ke le itsese gore dipaakanyo tsa 2023 BGCSE tse ne re di segetsa thoko di tsweletse jaana mme tsatsi la gompieko ke le netefatse gore jaanong ditlhatlhobo di tlo tswelela pele. We are uplifting the suspension of the Botswana General Certificate in Secondary Education with immediate effect. Re tlo simolla ka dipampiri tse neng di sena diphefo ke tsone re tla simollang ka tsone mme re ikgaogantse ka maphata a mabedi go tloga ka di 1 tsa November 2023 re tlo simolla ka dipampiri tse leng gore di ne di sena bana ba phefo go fitlhelele ka di 23 tsa November 2023 ke phase 1. Phase 2 ile le khamu ka nekgato ya bobedi go tloga ka di 24 tsa November 2023 go fitlhele ka di 27 tsa November di 7 tsa December 2023 re tla be re kwala dipampiri tse neng di amegile mo dipatlisisong tse ne re bua ka tsone maloba.
International education bodies also played their part to help remedy the situation. Monitoring and compliance will be done to ensure everything goes well.
Mo ba Cambridge University Press and Assessment go tswa kwa mma mosadinyana. Dipampiri tse ke additional mathematics, statistics, French.
The timetable will be publicized by the end of Friday, and papers from international bodies will arrive on the 20th of November. Terry Makhoeng, BTV News, Gaborone.
Assistant Minister of Local Government and Rural Development has called on the nation, including graduates, to consider signing up for Ipelecheng, more so that it is now revamped under the new name, Ipelecheng Skills Development Component. When speaking in Ngojane recently, Ms. Munna Khotla advised people not to shy away from registering from the program, as it is meant to empower them with skills and also generate income for beneficiaries. Angela Enosa with the report.
The Ipelecheng program was conceptualized as government's poverty eradication initiative meant to allow citizens to enroll out of extreme poverty levels. After years of implementation, calls were made for the program to be improved and that the number of those recruited under the program per village be increased. Government has heeded this plea.
National Development Plan, Transitional National Development Plan. Me I launch jalo go supa gore ditiro dikago di a simologa bone bana ba rona ba ke bone ba batleng go bona ditiro jana yo go morago dintša di tla mmona mme ba ko pele ke bone ba batleng go bona ditiro jana ke sone so bonang ke batla gore bana botlhe a re emeng ka dinao mme bile gape bone ba Ipelecheng bontsi jwa bone ba bangwe ba setse ba simolotse dikompone tsa bone di tle go hela re tsenya le bo lea mo teng gore e re ha re ntse re ithuta be le gore ba lea le bone ba tle go re rute gore ha re hetsa jano ha ke hetsa mo Ipelecheng ha ke graduate ke a go simolla kgobo ya me jang.
The new Ipelecheng is open to all, even graduates.
maikaelelo a puso gore ka dinako tsotlhe e bentse tokagatsa matshelo a batho le ka ga e diragatsang dilo ka teng go tokagatsa maitsholo a batho e rile go ntse ga tsega lemoga gore ipelegeng e go kgaolwang bojang go tweng ke go dira hela go tsweng go motho ga e hela wa go nna hatse go hedile ka ene a mme re ka se dire le gore ka re motho ha tswa go a ye go itshetsa a tshetsele ba ga bone go ra gore go tsengwa lenaneo lonele la skills development jaanong ka boammaaruri ke nnete le ra bona jaaka le bone ba bua ba go itshetsa
Batswana ba tshwanetse botlhe ba tswe ko morago ka gore go lo mo go helela go kotsa dipalo tsa batho ba ba lwelang go tsena mo go kwadisiweng ko boipelegong go helela le gore le bone batsadi ba rona ba ba ko lapeng ra go nna le thulaganyo e hapegileng ya go ba tlhokomela ka gore re tla bo re tshwara go gongwe diphisijopo jalo jalo.
The graduates of the ISDC program state they have acquired the necessary knowledge to transform their lives.
Ka gore ga ke tswa gompieno yana ke kgona go riana sekeremenyana sa ga malome a ba neela 100 pula ke kgona ga go rufa yone ntlunyana ga go yale ya platanyana ke bona gore se ke se irang ke eng ka gore ke rutegile tota gone gompieno yana
ga itse re ithutile tota sekolo se re se tsenyela go gongwe ne go le thatanyana mme re ithutile go le gontsi ke tsela gore go tsweng ga rona ha re tla go intsa ko morago re tla ya pele kwa ipelegeng e batla go disa teng.
Nojani village currently has 355 ipelegeng workers. Angela Nosa, BTV News, Nojani.
The Minister of Communications, Knowledge and Technology, Mr. Thulaganyo Segoko, has implored Gaborone University College of Law and Professional Studies, GUC graduates to be players in growing the nation's economy by pursuing as well as exploiting job creation opportunities. The minister said this during the school's 15th graduation ceremony. Khoboletso Mang Buitshwarelo reports.
The over 1,500 graduates of GUC as they mark the end of their educational journey with the institution, a long journey of acquiring proper knowledge in various disciplines, paving ways for better lives for themselves, families and communities. This is greatly commended by government, especially at a time where emphasis is on intensifying efforts to improve the education sector.
Our aspirations as a nation is to achieve prosperity for all by 2036, and attainment of this aspiration requires concerted effort by all. As you enter the world of work, I'd like you to exploit the digital space as you traverse the world of work. Digitization or digitalization has been identified as a critical driver of the economy, country's economy, because of its ability to heighten productivity.
Always bear in mind that only the fittest will survive in such a competitive job markets. You must take pride in becoming a lifelong learner. By this, we join hands to contribute to the development of this wonderful nation.
A milestone like this marks a new phase of life.
Life is a rich tapestry. It has its ups and its downs. As one door closes, another is sure to open. But if in life you get knocked down, then pick yourself up.
For the graduates, a moment like this gives them encouragement and hope that tomorrow will be far more better than the day before.
It wasn't that easy, but I fought so hard to be where I am today. It was easy, but it was amazing at the same time.
Here we are graduating, and it was quite a good journey. We learned a lot.
Yeah, it was a tough journey, I might say. It was a tough journey, but with the grace of God, I made it.
These graduates were able to live the graduation theme of Mindset Change Begins with I Can Do attitude, which paints a crystal clear picture that without a doubt, thinking positively and having the right attitude can help one attain success. Khoboletso Mang Buitshwarelo, BTV News, Gaborone.
MVA Fund has opened a state-of-the-art facility in Francistown that will bring services closer to road traffic victims. The 103 million Pula project will also alleviate shortage of office space in Francistown, as it will be leased to other parastatals and private companies. Bethany Mando has more.
This state-of-the-art building by MVA Fund was officially opened by the Director of Insurance and Pensions, Ms. Petrina Masalela, in the Ministry of Finance on behalf of Minister Pekiserani. MVA is responsible for promoting road safety as it provides medical care and rehabilitation and enhancement of life to the road accident victims. Road accidents remains a concern, and just from January this year up to today, 303 people lost their lives due to road accidents, prompting MVA to look for another revenue streams such as office renting that will beef up their financial buffers to achieve their mandate.
I've been made aware that this building is already fully occupied by high-profile tenants. The revenue earned from this building will contribute towards self-sustenance, stability, and resilience of the fund, thus reducing dependence of the scarce government resources. The fund also teaches Botswana how to deal with the dire consequences of road crashes. It is my plea that we should take these learnings seriously and use them to our benefit to reduce the negative effects of road crashes. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, as we approach the festive season, which is normally prone to accidents, I wish we could have an accident-free festive season.
MVA Fund completed these buildings with the support of the leadership from Francistown City Council, who opened their doors for investment opportunities that will attract investors and also create the much-needed jobs for the locals during the construction phase and post-construction.
Francistown was chosen as an ideal place to build this office because of its strategic location and, most importantly, because of the willingness by the leadership of the city to avail the plot where we are today. The plan was from the onset to erect a landmark building which will be the talk of the town for years. And as the fund, we did not disappoint.
The city of Francistown is indeed open for business. Any efforts by government, parastatals such as MVA and the private sector towards developing and creating employment opportunities are highly welcome. Motoropogna Francistown. As the leadership of the city of Francistown, we shall ensure that the environment is conducive to do business in Francistown for both local and foreign registered companies. There are registered companies.
The completion of this state-of-the-art facility will not just enhance the operations of MVA Fund and those that they host, but will also add on the existing modern-day infrastructure development along the famous Blue Jacket Street that gives an aesthetic appeal to the second city. Bethany Mando, BTV News, Francistown.
Residents of Kalahari are advised to take precaution against the current heat wave by drinking plenty of water, wearing sunscreen and also staying indoors. This was said by the Chief Technical Officer at the Department of Meteorology in Tsabong, Ms. Bafenyi Mahokone, who explained that temperatures in the region will be higher than last year.
Kalahari district is characterized by extreme hot conditions during summer and very cold temperatures during winter. Ms. Mahorane says the higher than normal temperatures this season are caused by above average sea surface temperatures, commonly known as El Nino. To combat the heat, she advises people to avoid strenuous activities. She further says parents should protect their children against the heat wave by ensuring they play indoors.
Drink
plenty of water, wear long-sleeved clothes, and always stay indoors.
kankere ya letlalo kana sengwe hela sa go nna jalo mme go ama botsogo dilo tse tsotlhe le go nwa metsi a mantsi ke sone sengwe se dilo tse di rotloediwang gore re nwe metsi a mantsi re be re avoida go tsamaya mo letsatsing.
However, if it should be that Mrs. demands that they should be in the sun, then it's also encouraged for them to have to buy sunscreen. Sunscreen of S what we call sun protective factor 30 and above. Now, while using the sunscreen, it's very important that they apply at least 15 to 30 minutes before getting exposed. Why? It helps to create a layer of protective cover before they can get to the sun. Then when they're under the sun, during that time, as they're having the sunscreen, it's also encouraged to always apply it every hour after 2 hours.
People say they will take the necessary steps to protect themselves against the heat wave. I make sure to wear a hat. At home, I also protect the children. Today I did not cover my arms, yet I always get a sunburned easily. Parents are also cautioned against leaving their children in parked cars unsupervised, as it is not only reckless, but hot temperatures can be detrimental to their health. BTV News, Tsabong.
Regular exercises can help maintain a healthy mindset, which can result in better academic results. This was said at Manuku Primary School during a wellness day organized for pupils to prepare their bodies and minds before they sit for their end-of-year examinations. Guest speaker of the day was the area member of parliament, Mr. Kabo Morwaeng, who is also the Minister for State President. Jessica Pilane with the details.
Government still strive to provide for its people. As such, it is vital to assist government from cost of purchasing medication through making regular exercise part of daily lives, as that will go a long way in fighting against ailments such as non-communicable diseases, which research has shown can be greatly prevented through engaging in regular exercise. Therefore, Manuku Primary School also heeded to President Masisi's mindset change call through organizing a wellness day as a way of encouraging a healthy lifestyle for these young minds from an early age.
jaanong ka yone letsatsi le le tshwanang le le go botlhokwa gore banna ba direlwa gore ditlhaloganyo tsa bone di kgona gore di tlhatswege di ntshe tse e leng gore di ka ba itsa go ka ithuta ga go tlhoa re khonentetse bana ka ditlelase kwa ra ba ruta go ane kgantele go na le mo go teng mental block ga ditse gore ka setswana re tla e baja mme gone ke gone mo go aneng go batla gore ga gongwe re ne re etswa re tla ga lebaleng ga
The day was fun-filled with different activities in which Member of Parliament for Mulabule South, Mr. Morwaeng, led by example as a way of motivating these young learners to be conscious of their health by engaging in regular exercise.
Rahenye ke ha re ikatisa bogolo jang re sampe re le bana re bo re golela mo go ikatiseng malwetse a re a utlwalang e tla re nako a re atla a ba hitlhela mebele e itekanye.
The spirit of self-reliance was also encouraged as PTA of the school used this day to raise funds to build a shelter at the assembly point.
The weather changes. One on na letsatsi khantele go nna pula mme re tshwanelwa ke gore re go ratela modimo mo maphakele re be re siana la mo ditlaseng ra sa Obama ya no PTA e bone go le maleba gore e senke dithebenyana e tle e re agele shelter
le tla re bona re le ba ofisi ya mo parlamente gore le rona re tle re ne le seabe ka gore go botlhokwa gore moriti o neo maruelo nao
Non-communicable diseases still poses a threat in this country, and as regular exercise has been identified as one way to curb them, it is vital to make it routine. Jessica Pilani, BTV News, Manoko.
It is time now for Liza again with the sports news. Liza?
We meet again, Maizu.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Pani. Good evening. My name is Liza Osekeng with your world of sport. And in our first story, Public Relations Officer of Botswana Swimming Sport Association, Gwendolyn Harry, says she is happy with the turnout at the two-day swimming gala hosted at the University of Botswana. Harry further said she was impressed with the level of competition as swimmers displayed high levels of technical know-how. Lydia Poloko reports.
The long course swimming gala is the third the association has held since the beginning of the year. The public relations officer at BSSA, Gwendolyn Harry, says she is happy with how the event is unfolding, especially the skills and technique, as well as the number of athletes taking part.
We're very happy that this competition is taking place. We have a total of 149 athletes coming from 7 clubs. The one club traveled through from Francistown. We're very happy with the performance. We have noticed that quite a couple of the swimmers are taking off time and taking off quite a bit of time. So we're very happy with the level of competition.
Harry further highlighted that the event does not only help swimmers to improve their time, but is also used by some of the athletes to prepare for the upcoming international competitions.
We also have about 11 swimmers who are going to compete in the Africa Junior Championships in December, from the 6th to the 10th of December. Those athletes, about 6 of those athletes are taking part in this competition. So we are watching closely, because that will also give us an indication in terms of how ready they are for competition.
The long course swimming gala has attracted swimmers from DMSS, Propellers, BDF, Phoenix, Gaborone Aquatics, Gubu from Francistown, as well as UBSC. Lydia Poloko, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Alpha Squash Academy kick-started the PV Power Junior Series Season 3 Round 4 tournament, which attracted athletes from Gaborone and Silbe Pigwe. The coordinator of the tournament, Koiketso Ntshebe, says that the event is used to develop and give athletes much-needed experience, as well as increase their points to be competent when they play international competitions. The tournament will be played in 3 series, and the winners will be crowned early next year.
Kids are doing all right. I mean, they've been away on academic schedules. Obviously, most of us, it's exam time, you know, so some have been training, but some haven't, which means it won't be as strong as it is, at least for now. It's really just to basically gauge where they are, and of course for them, it's keep on challenging and getting points and seeing if they've, you know, they're any better than the last month they played, at least the last time they played. Because, you know, some matches, you lose 3-1 to me today, then next time you lose 3-2, and then it shows a bit of an improvement, and then maybe next time you're the one who's winning.
So 5-6 time you get the opponent the challenger, it comes to class and in Tusare, gain experience in an Haxamical what Babanga or Babangi, about Mohaburoni, Batoko Silbe Pigo, Jalolija.
When you're playing, you know, you just get to improve your skills. After the game, you can assess where you went wrong, and you can improve it during training. And you know, when you go out, now you know where you have gone wrong and where you can do better.
A late 83rd strike from Daniel Msendani of joining Galaxy and Township Rollers' perfect record in the Botswana Premier League Week 4 encounter played this afternoon at Galaxy Stadium. Let's take a look at the highlights.
With the game and making sure that they impose themselves.
Sendani! Oh, what a stop
And then Maruti, Kusendani, Kusimendo, Kusendani! You've got to say it's been simmering. It's been
a very emotional game. I think we had to bounce back from a defeat, and I think credit to the boys, honestly speaking. They stuck to the plan. We knew that it will come. We wanted that wider space. We tried many times, it didn't come. But I think we managed to get a goal towards the critical phase, which was a very important goal for us. We need to really give credit to these boys. It is not easy. We have too many injuries, but we will continue to fight. This is a championship performance.
We tried our best. It was not good enough. It was not good enough. We tried what we means, coupled with some forced injuries. So unfortunately, we fall short of a win. We thought we were doing it better, but it's another learning curve that we should take home. Maybe we thought we were going to win them all, but that was not the case. We regroup and think we'll do better next time.
In other Botswana Premier League matches played this afternoon, Nico United played to a 1-1 draw against the Masitaoka at Samsono Stadium. Soa Flamingos recorded their first win of the season after a 3-1 victory over Security Systems, while Tafik also downed Morupule Wanderers 3-1. Orapa United edged out Gaborone United 2-1 in a fierce affair played at Itiken Stadium, while 11 Angels edged out Holy Ghost 2-1 in Mopani. And that is it for sport this evening. Khomoto Mapani is standing by to give us a reminder of our top stories. Maizu.
Thank you so much, Liza. Until we meet again tomorrow, have yourself a fantastic evening, ma'am.
Likewise.
Thank you so much. That was Liza Osekeng giving us the latest in sports. Let's take a final look at stories leading the way this evening. The Independent Electoral Commission ready to conduct voter registration next month. Premium Nickel Resources Botswana, the company that acquired BCL mine assets, on the path to redeveloping the mine into an environmentally sustainable facility. And in sports, Alpha Squash PV Power Junior Series Season 3 attracts athletes from Gaborone and Silibe Pikwe. That's all that we had for you in our news bulletin this evening. BTV News, Ikanyarona. Hashtag BW Mindset Change, Changing. Up next is the weather update.
Good evening and welcome. My name is Kumo Cecil Manaka with weather forecast tonight. This evening, convective clouds are visible over Ngamil and Chobe, Khanti, southern Southeast Gauteng and Central District. Tomorrow, expecting some isolated thunder showers over southern Southeast Gauteng, Central Northeast, Khanti, Ngamiland and Chobe District. We're expecting partly cloudy conditions over Kalahari District. In the morning, we're expecting some warm temperatures over southern Khanti, southern Central and Northeast District. Elsewhere, we're expecting hot temperatures. In the afternoon, we're expecting warm temperatures over Kalahari District. Hot temperatures are expected over Khanti, southern Southeast Gauteng, southern Central and Northeast District, with a range of 33 to 35 degrees Celsius. Over Ngamil and Chobe and northern Central, we're expecting extremely hot temperatures ranging between 39 to 41 degrees Celsius. The public is advised to take necessary precautions. Looking at the fire bulletin, is showing some active wildfires over some areas of our country. The fire danger index for tomorrow is showing dangerous to extremely dangerous conditions over some areas of our country. The public is advised to handle fire with care and avoid starting unnecessary fires. Looking at some cities in SADC, showers are expected over Manzini, Maseru and Johannesburg, with partly cloudy conditions expected over Port Elizabeth and clear skies expected over Upington and Cape Town. We're expecting clear skies over Windhoek, Lusaka and Harare, with some showers expected over Beira and Antananarivo. We're expecting some showers over Dar es Salaam and Kinshasa, with partly cloudy conditions expected over Luanda and clear skies expected over Blantyre. That's the weather forecast. Have yourself a good evening.